We have here a 2012 Ford F-250 Super Duty 4-door 4x4, and we're going to install a small 3-inch lift in the front and a 2-inch lift in the rear. Right now at the wheel well we have let's see, 37 plus 3, so that's 40 inches before the lift. I've placed the jacks a bit small, as you can see. Would recommend much larger jacks, but that's all I have, and I'm not going to purchase jack stands just for this vehicle. I have other vehicles which are cars. So we have a jack in the rear. We have to place that under here, so you can see, and then we're going to start lifting the vehicle. Okay, if I follow my notes correctly, we're going to lift the vehicle onto the jack stand so that the suspension can hang freely and support the rear axle with a jack. Okay, see that there? We're going to locate the rear leaf pack and the attaching U-bolts. See that there? Okay, 4 bolts, of course, on each side. And then we're going to disconnect any ABS brackets, parking brake cables, anything that may exist, to ensure that the wire or cable is not being stretched or damaged during the install. And then it's later going to be, depending on the vehicle, you may get a bracket with your kit where you're going to have to relocate it. So far seems pretty simple, pretty easy. I'm going to stop the tape now. Hopefully I can continue. If not, then I will do another one to continue from this one here. Okay, now I've removed the 4 bolts. The 4 bolts that go here, and this bracket. You know, just be careful it doesn't fall in your face. In my case, it just stuck there, so I was able to slowly lower this bracket. Okay, so now we're going to remove these U-bolts that are loose. Okay, and we're going to insert, see this little pin here, at least in the Ford. Okay, we're going to insert the block that came with the kit. Here it is. We're going to insert the block right there. You see it has a hole in the bottom. The top, excuse me. Okay, see that? Pretty easy. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'm going to clean it up. So I'm going to stop the tape again. I'm going to clean that up and put that on and put the 4 U-bolts back in, and raise the axle back up if needed. If not, lower it and remove the jack stands that I have. To remove on the left rear this U-bolt here, this is a new one of course, I had to remove this bolt here. It's happens to be a 15 millimeter, so I had to use this here to remove that bolt there. In order for that, I didn't want to force it, so it was really easy. Remove that and was able to slide the new U-bolt in there. I cleaned here. I removed this, which just comes out easily. It's just sitting there after you remove the U-bolts, and clean the top here, clean the bottom, so you know what you're getting yourself into. It's pretty easy. That goes on there and just goes back in. Another little tip, you're gonna need to raise, remember at the beginning I said it was 40 inches from the floor here to the top of the wheel well in the rear. It's now 46, so I had to raise it 6 inches the actual vehicle 6 inches in order to get that 2-inch block in there for the lift I purchased. Again, I purchased a 3 in the front and 2 in the rear. So I bought these cheap jack stands thinking they would work, and as you can see, it was a waste of money. Hopefully I can return them. The jack that one of the jacks that I have laying around, I think it was from my F-150, and a couple of bricks. Actually worked, not the safest thing, but hey, it worked. So now as you can see, I've got the blocks, or the block, in there. Okay, just goes right in there. Just try to put it as straight as possible. That's what I've been trying to do. Not move anything around if I can help it, even though of course I'm going to need to do an alignment as soon as I'm finished with this. Make sure I don't start tearing up the tires. So again, just put the U-bolt. I'm going to put the next U-bolt in here. Should slide right in here. Not exactly the easiest thing to hold this camera and get this in there. I'm not a video expert here, just trying to do a lift kit. Okay, so got that in there. Pretty easy. So far everything has been pretty easy. Again, now just need to put that back. Slides right under there, and the bolts in, and we'll go to the next side. Okay, ran into a little problem here. As you can see, I have a little bit to go. And the 15/16 socket that I had is just a regular socket. It's not a deep socket. So, and I don't have an open end wrench either that's 15/16. So I'm going to have to go to the auto parts store with this like this. Hope the rear end doesn't fall off on my way there to pick this up, and then I can continue. Having some issues here. The differential must have rolled a little bit, and having an issue lining up the leaf spring with the new block. So that's what I'm working on now. So if whoever's watching this, make sure you try. Even though I used blocks, it seems like it rolled a little bit, and now I'm having a little bit of a difficulty lining up the two of those together.